Hello guys, this is leathertoolz. Today I'm to talk about my favorite glue. It's Renia Aquilim 315. I've been using Japanese glues and Italian water-based glues back in South Korea, but ever since I moved to Germany, I started to look for very stable, sustainable, comes with a great constant quality and just a well-known glue that I can supply very stable. And I came across this Renia Aquilim glue in Germany, and this has been my favorite, and this is my go-to glue when it comes to fine leatherworking. And before I go to details, I would like to tell you where you can get this glue. This glue is in general in Germany, in Europe. This is easy to get in Europe, but back in US, I think it's less easy to get. You can go to Rocky Mountain Leather Supply. Rocky Mountain Leather Supply sells all kinds of stuff, really high quality stuff. And when it comes to glue, they also carries Renia Aquilim 315, and it's really nice glue. And there are other products as well, but 315 has been my go-to choice because I've known one cobbler in city called Dresden in Germany. And I've met him, and we were talking about leathercraft, and we were talking about the glues, and actually he recommended me the Aquilim 315 glue for leather application, and he uses for his shoes as well. So I thought, okay, why not give it a try, and then I just fell in love with it. It's really nice. And there are other series as well. This is the page. I got it from Milan. In Renia Pelle, I met the owner of the Renia, who runs the company. Was Dr. Buchholz. If you're watching this video, please thank you. I want to say thank you for explaining all this stuff. He was a really nice gentleman, and very easy to talk to. He spoke, thankfully, he spoke really nice English. So I had a small chat with him, and he kindly explained some of the features that has in each different Aquilim glue. So if you are interested in, I will just try to show you guys here. You can maybe pause it and you can read it, or you can also go to their website, and they have all their what's the specials about each glue. So you can go to Renia website. I will put the Renia website. Oh yeah, here it is. It's www.renia.com. Yeah. They carry all sorts of information about their glue, so you can go to website. Just to speaking of each glue, I will just mainly focus on Aquilim 315 here today. But if I tell you very shortly, Aquilim SG is a non-permanent glue, okay, and Aquilim 315 and Aquilim 130 is a permanent. But Aquilim 130, you need to have heat activation and need to apply even pressure for a certain time to get the maximum strength of adhesion from this glue. But for Aquilim, it's less sensitive, and you don't need to heat activate the glue with any heat gun or any heat source. So 315 is it was my go-to choice, and it has a great opening times, and it was just good for my application. If you have a spray system, just like if you see in the photo, they comes also with a spray. I mean what is it called? The spray box, so that glue runs down here and then use it. They come in a lot of different liters and stuff. I got this one is 500 milliliter one, and it lasted quite long time. I think it's for me, this container lasted about 1 year. It's plenty to go around, and you can also store it in a jar like this, because this container will do good, but when it comes to airtight, I think with the rubber seal and glass jar is much better. So I store in a glass jar like this. I'll put the link in the description where you can get this certain type of jar that has a lid on the rubber seal. Okay, so what's good about the Aquilim 315? So in general properties about this glue, all Aquilim glues are VOC and solvent free. and there's no fume extraction except for spray application, no fire hazard, and it's just very, it's a last, there's no odor to it, and so when you use your glue, you don't get any headache or dizziness. Okay, I know a lot of times if you use certain type of the yellow, like a very gooey type of glue that you like, for example barge cement, it has a lot of smell to it, and when you use certain times you get headache and dizziness. So yeah, when you use those kind of glue, you need to ventilate your room quite often, or any ventilation system is required for a pleasant working environment. But this type of water-based glues, you don't need such a thing, and you can just use your glue without any bothering smell. Okay. One thing you have to be careful is do not let this glue to freeze. It says cannot be allowed to freeze, so you need to store it above 4 Celsius. Okay, whatever that means in Fahrenheit. I use Celsius, so I'll tell you in Celsius. Okay, and interestingly, they said water-based adhesive are less tolerant to surface contaminations on the material to be bonded, so sanding or cleaning are usually recommended. So what I mean is that water-based glues are very sensitive when the surface contamination exists on the material that you are bonding. So be sure to clean there and try to roughen there when you use water-based glues. Okay, so, and if you're switching glue from your former the toluene-based solvent-based glue, make sure try to test it in different application where you're using, because switching glue can be sometimes there's a risk because the bonding strength might not be there as much as you want. So try to come up with some of the tests you're doing with your products. Okay, so that was more of a literature aspect of this glue. So I'll just show you how it holds up in water testing, because this is water based. Some of you guys might think, oh, if this is water based, then after gluing, if this gets into the water, it will debond. So I think that's the most people worry about this glue. So I'll prepare some tests, and I'd like to show you how this goes. So I'm going to apply very thin coat of Aquilim 315 on each strip of a leather. About this much, and also like this. And then I'm going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to glue it, stick it together. Okay, so we're going to just let it dry for 24 hours, and then we're going to soak in water, and then we test how this glue held up. Okay, we're going to let it dry for 24 hours now.
24 hours later.
So after 24 hours, the glue has dried completely, and I gave a few more hours to just to make sure the glue has dried properly, and the glue has dried very clear. Okay, so if I show you up close, the glue is very dry, it's clear. It was milky white, now it's clear. Okay, so it's quite strong. It's a strong glue. Okay, so I'll put this in water because this is water-based glue. I just want to see how this reacts to water. This is just normal water, room temperature, and I'll place this leather piece into this bucket for about I don't know, let's say 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours is I think is a good time. Right now it's April 18th, 12:15. So I'll come back after 2 hours.
2 hours later.
So about 2 hours later, we'll take out from the container and we'll see how this holds up. So I will just pull apart like so. It's holding very well. It doesn't come loose. So even though this is water-based, unlike this Hirschkleber, this does come off if you soak in water, but Aquilim 315 doesn't go bad on the water. So even if I just pull hard, it doesn't come off. Maybe if I just try to if I try to remove it though, it does come apart. So maybe this could be a good sign as well. You can undo it, but it holds its strength by pulling. I mean, it does quite come off very easy. I mean, clean as well. I mean, there is a glue residue in the leather, but you can undo it. So it's a quite interesting result. It doesn't leave any sticky result to it as well. We'll have to see if it dries. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So this is the result. How it performs. It holds until you try to remove it with your nail. So yeah. And of course, there's some more literature. I got this page from Renia booth in Renia Pelle. So it's Renia advantages. So it's about all of their products. So all products are free of toluene and MEK, and all Aquilim adhesive are 100% free of VOCs and odorless and non-toxic. So whether it's Aquilim 315 or 130 or SG, they are all free of VOCs, odorless and non-toxic. Yeah. And clear glue line for clean and professional look, long shelf life, no phase separation, no clumps, no stirring, no shaking, and no thinning is necessary. So this is my favorite line, I think. Long shelf life is of course very important, and over the time some of the glue gets separation or goes into a different phase of a glue. I mean the glue condition and the quality. So it's important to have a long shelf life, and there's no changing in the consistency of the glue. So they don't need any of this, so Renia glue is quite nice and high quality. Yeah, and high efficiency. This is really interesting. It covers more than traditional contact cements. Okay, that's very nice. And general hints: make sure surfaces are clean and rough. Of course, that's important. And coat absorbent surfaces twice if necessary. Yes, of course, when the glue is absorbed into the material too much, then it will not have so much on the surface, then it will be hard to contact. Okay, and observe drying times. Acrylic turns clear when dry, so yeah, it's important to, when you want to maximize your strengths from your glue, try to let your glue dry completely. And bond within open time or activate with heat afterwards. Yes, so to get the maximum results, you need to bond it within the open time. Yeah, and don't allow acrylic to freeze. Yeah, and this is their USA branch and German branch. They're based in Cologne in Germany. Yeah. Yeah, and some of the products. And one thing I noticed, I've known Yankee Wax for quite a long time, and I never knew they're from Renia company. So it was nice to see that the Yankee Wax is also made by Renia. And there's also this interesting product called GP Atom. It's very nice. It's a flexible super glue, so it bonds in seconds without activator. So it just bonds solely with only these products, and it remains flexible. Usually super glue becomes really chippy. It's very super glue, when it dries, it gets really hard. Yeah, but GP Atom doesn't, according to what it says, and it bonds even absorbent material like leather. So this can also bond leather. Yeah, maybe thread also as well. So GP Atom, that's very interesting products. Maybe I'll try this one later. And also here's also an interesting statement. TS Boy glue pot. I know what this is. I've been using one from Italy, and this says German original. So maybe this design is also from Germany as well. So from one word or a single line, I get to know a lot of things. So that's also interesting. When I use this, I use the smallest one. Yeah, 0.5 liter. 0.45 here in this case. Yeah. So this is a brush as well. So yeah, and also here's also one interesting product called Tough Fit. Okay. So it says the high strength all-purpose cement bonds everything except vinyl, even moist leather. So this glue also can stick wet leather. I'm not sure how wet it can be, but also glues the wet leather. That's also interesting. 25% more solid content than classic contact cements. Easy application, high initial bonding strength, open time 7 to 40 minutes. That's nice. So Tough Fit sounds also good as well. It seems everything sounds so good from Renia. Yeah, I'm a fan of Aquilim 315 again, but looks like there are a lot of products that I should try in the future. It's a really great company who makes quality products made in Germany. So if you're interested in, please look for your dealers in your country. If not, you can also ask them if they can ship overseas. I'm sure Aquilim is water-based, so I'm sure there won't be as much problem in terms of shipping in airplanes, but that's from my side. You should never conclude it, but you should contact your seller or Renia itself. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Always, I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.